Good morning, guys. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I hope you all are doing great on this wonderful, wonderful, beautiful day today. What I came on here today to introduce you all to my journal called Empowered Reflection. This is a journal for women who are going through the menopause, and menopause. And there's three phases of menopause. You have the perimenopause, the menopause, and then you have the postmenopause. And this is a journal. This is a journal here. Um, I wrote it myself. This is a safe, compassionate place to release, reflect, and reconnect with you. And see, most time women thinks that menopause is they think they're losing sight of who they actually are, but it's a becoming. It's a becoming. Menopause is a becoming. Thank you so much for coming in today. If you know a friend or family members, and sometimes women don't even realize that they're going through this phase because it's something that can take place over an extended amount of time. And it's so many symptoms they can experience. Anxiety, brain fog, hot flashes, night sweats, insomnia, joint pain. I mean, it's just so many different symptoms. Hair thinning, hair loss. It's just a lot. It's just a lot to encounter. But sometimes, you can think that, you don't know, you begin to think you don't know who you are. But I'm here to tell you different. Menopause is not it's not per se a crisis. It's actually a becoming. But if you're not educated about it, it can feel that way. So I wrote this journal from my personal experience while I was going through menopause. And at first I didn't know anything about menopause. The only thing I actually knew about menopause that people really talked about was hot flashes. And that's only just a tip of the iceberg. Menopause. Thank you so much for joining Julie. Java, thank you for joining. Superfan, thank you for joining. Will Bryan, thank you all. Good morning, all. But menopause is so much more, y'all. It's so much more than hot flashes. And today, people are becoming more educated about it. A lot of people don't really. This is something that's being talked more about it. Being talked more about today than it has been in the past, because it was like it was some type of big secret, and women was going through these changes and their bodies were changing, but they didn't know why. Brain fogs, forgetting stuff. I mean, like me, when I was going through it, I thought maybe, hey Keisha, how you doing, classmate? How you doing? When I was first going through menopause, I didn't even realize it was menopause. And I started like at age, when I thought back, I started at age 45. My hair began to thin. It began to fall out. But I just attributed it to stress, or maybe I was just maybe over permanent, but that was not the case. And see, because it's menopause is something that just don't just occur like, oh, hey, this is your month. This is your month. It doesn't work like that. This is something that creeps up on you gradually. Hot flashes is a part of it, but that's only a tip of the iceberg. But because what my experience, mine was traumatic, and I never want a woman to experience what I experienced, because a lot of the women I was associated with, they didn't know about menopause. I mean, like, nobody really knew about menopause. And I did all the right things. I take my annual checkups and everything, tested fine. But I wasn't feeling fine. It still was something off, y'all. And the name of this journal, Empowered Reflection, I call it Miss LaShawn, because when I was going through the brain fog, actually, my first name is Tamika. My middle name is LaShawn. I actually forgot what my middle name was, y'all. Going through the brain fog is traumatic. And y'all, and I thought, and one day I was sitting in my car, and I was contemplating, maybe I said, what if I forget what my address is? Because I was forgetting so many things. I would go up the hall at work, and I'll forget why I was going up the hall in the first place. I had to go back down the hall and then come back up the hall to try to recapture why I was going up the hall in the first place. And see, I don't want y'all to go through that. Menopause, it causes so many things, so many signs, so many symptoms. Even your eyes, it causes dry eyes. It causes dry eyes. Um, your body odor can change. I mean, you can do all the right things and still something is off. Your body will let you know. I mean, it's a changing, but you know, all this can be overcome. Now, this journal here, I wrote this out of love for you guys. Now, at first I had priced it at like $12.99, but I said no. With this economy, you know, things not so good, people are struggling. I'll bump it down to like $5.99. And this is a research based journal here, and this is inside. You have the table contents, and it tells you how to use this journal. It gives you journal prompts, affirmation pages, symptom trackers, a self-care checklist, wellness tip, a Q&A section, and it also have references. It talks about self-awareness, and it tells you a little bit about me. And here, right here, this is how to use it. Start your day with intention. Reflect on openness. Write often. Feel deeply. Use your highs and lows. Make it yours. And see, and this is one of the journal pages here. The journal prompt 1, how does your definition of strength change over time? Let your thoughts flow free. Embrace your story without judgment. And y'all, like I was falling apart at first, but I'm telling you, this menopause, what it does, it helps you to focus in on you. You have to pay attention to yourself. Because, you know, when we begin sometime to experience this phase in life, a lot of time we pour so much energy into others, to our family, to our friends, to our children, to our loved ones, you know, whatever the case may be. And thank you, Johnny, for joining. And we sometimes leave ourselves out. And we matter too. So we should embrace this change. Embrace it. Because you'll learn that you're more able to say no without over explaining yourself. You know what you want. You know what you don't want. I mean, you're focused. You're focused, and your body will force you to reflect and to care for it. This is your time. This is your new beginning. Yeah. So menopause is not an end. Thank you for the gift. It's a beginning. And so I put this journal here is on Amazon, and I bumped the price down because I want many women to have it as possible. It has a symptom tracker. Your symptom tracker here. Some of the signs and symptom tracker I can show you here. This is the symptom tracker here. Hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, fatigue, brain fog, headaches, sleep difficulties, anxiety, stress, digestive upsets, and it just calls you to focus on you. And so I wrote this with love to my sisters out there who may be experiencing on this journey and not even aware that they are on this journey. And so I wanted to reach out to you all, guys. And I said I will try to come on here as often as possible so I can get the word off, because I don't want you all to be caught off guard. And because there are so many signs and symptoms of menopause. So this journal entails, it has it tracks your symptoms and triggers. You understand your emotional shift. You reclaim your peace and confidence. You feel seen, supported, and understood. Because here, you're able to gather your thoughts, and write down your thoughts about your thoughts. And there's affirmations. Like for sometimes, I know who I am. Every day I will grow more confident in who I am. And then it asks, what does this affirmation mean to me today? How about how you feel when you say this loud? What emotions come up? What part of your journey does it speak to? It gets you to focus in on you. Thank you for Jessica for joining. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Anita, for joining. Thank you. There's Donnie. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fanny, for joining as well. But yes, I just wanted to get the word out to ladies, to my sisters, all my sisters across the board, near and far. But I just wanted to get you out. Now, menopause is being talked about more today than it has been in the past, because you have three phases. You have perimenopause, you have menopause, and then you have postmenopause, and all these deal with hormonal shifts. Your estrogen levels are lower, and because your estrogen levels are lower, it triggers other things. It can trigger anxiety, mood swings. It can trigger depression, joint pain. It can trigger insomnia. It can trigger dry eyes. It can trigger I guess you said stomach issues. Some people struggle with IBS, constipation, bloating. Um, some people cortisone levels increase. I mean, it's an array of things that happen to women who are going through this, and you will not feel like yourself. It's like it feels sometimes it feels like an out of body experience. But I'm telling you, y'all, you can go through this. You can go through this, go through the process. I'm telling you, here to tell you, it's a becoming. Because at first, when I went through it, I thought I was losing sight of who I was. But it's not, y'all. It's a becoming. When you go through this phase in life, you're more able to tell people no and mean no without over explaining yourself. You're able to pour more into you instead of focusing so much on other people. It's this time to focus on you. Focus on your needs. Not saying you're being selfish, but to really pay attention to you. This is what menopause does. It makes you pay attention to who you are. And it does, and it's a becoming. Certain things that you cared about when you younger, you no longer care about. And one thing, people opinion, you could care less. You could care less about people opinion. Yes. And so I wanted to empower you all so you wouldn't have to go through what I had, the issues that I encountered. Because one of the first phases of menopause is called perimenopause. This is a hormonal fluctuation. It can start like in your 30s or 40s. Then you have menopause. Your period stops completely for 12 months. That's menopause itself. And then you have postmenopause, the years following menopause. This is after you've gone through the 12 months without a menstrual cycle. The ovaries naturally slow down estrogen and progesterone production, and these hormones regulate your menstrual cycle, fertility, your mood, your bone health, your heart function. Um, Now, some of the physical, thank you, Loretta, for joining. Thank you, Nelly, for joining. Thank you, Grissely. Thank you, Vargas, for joining. But yes, some of the physical symptoms that you experience during menopause are hot flashes, night sweats, vaginal dryness, irregular periods, thinning hair, low libido, mood swings, anxiety, depression, brain fog, sleep disturbances, and irritability. Yeah, y'all, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a total. It's a lot you experience during this time frame in your life. But here to tell you, it's a becoming, you guys. It's a becoming. It calls you to step back. Thank you, Joy, for joining. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Loretta. Thank you, Nelly, for joining as well. Thank you, Xmina. Thank you. My apologies if I mispronounced that. Thank you all for joining. But it's actually a becoming, y'all, because going through this phase of life, it makes you focus on you. Thank you, Les Mondragon. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate. Thank you, Joy, for joining. But it causes you to focus on you guys. It causes you to pay attention to you, because thank you, Nelly, because the symptom can seem so overwhelming at times, because with the irregular periods, with the spotting, with the bleeding. I mean, with the depression, with the mood swings, with the irritability, with the stomach bloating. You know, you can exercise, eat the right thing, and still not you lose that belly, because your belly fat, because your cortisone levels may become low. But thank you all for joining. Thank you so much. But I And usually perimenopause, it can last from over 4 to 10 years. Perimenopause can last from over 5 to 10 years. I mean 4 to 10 years. Menopause itself is a time when your period officially ends. Your period officially ends. A lower estrogen level. Remember I told you your hormone levels decrease. Thank you, Gaia, for joining. And it can cause the risk. It can make you at risk for osteoporosis, heart disease, urinary incontinence, vaginal atrophy, weight gain, and metabolic issue. I mean, it causes. Thank you, Auntie Beth, for joining. I mean, menopause, perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. It's a phase, y'all. Those are phases. And I'm telling you, it's something to take serious, and it's nothing to play with. And that's why I wrote this for my sisters out there. I wrote this just for you guys. And at first I had posted on Amazon for like for $12.99 because it's worth so much more, but I bumped it down to only $5.99 for you guys because I wanted you to take a moment to reflect on you. And menopause, regardless of what phase you're going through, it actually, thank you, Alicia, for joining. It actually forces you to do that. It forces you to pay attention to you guys. And and also I have another one. It's under Miss LaShawn, and I call it Miss LaShawn because when I was going through through perimenopause, I actually forgot, which I'm still going through. Thank you, Comey. Thank you, Nisa, for joining. I forgot my middle name, y'all. Going through the brain fogs and all the other symptoms, I forgot my middle name, and so I just started calling myself online Miss LaShawn, so I could never do that again. Experience that again because at first I didn't recognize it as perimenopause. I thought maybe I was having Alzheimer or dementia because in your thoughts and your feelings and your moods are all over the place. I mean, joint pain. I mean, in your leg, in your in your shoulder. I mean, y'all, and the hot flashes and all these symptoms and the weight gain, the night sweat, the anxiety, the memory lapses, your sleep disturbance, waking up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, can't go back to sleep. I mean, there are so. Thank you, Goddess, for joining. Thank you, little old me, for joining. Thank you, Max, for joining as well. I encourage you to share this out and tap the stream out to share out this live. Thank you, Comey, for joining. Thank you, Nicia, for joining as well. Thank you, Hernandez, for joining. Thank you, Max, as well. I appreciate you all coming on this but I wrote this just for my sisters to share with you because, like I said, perimenopause can start as early as 30 years of age. 30 years of age, 30 to 40. Perimenopause, and it can last up to 4 to 10 years. Just the perimenopause phase. Thank you, Hattie Biggs. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Kaylee, for joining. So, perimenopause, menopause itself is something to take seriously and deeply. But, you can feel that you're losing sight of who you are during this time, but actually it's a becoming because with myself going through this phase, this perimenopause phase, I'm able to concentrate on myself and what my needs are. And thank you, Hope, for joining, and to say no without hesitation, no without over explanation. No, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. So menopause, y'all, it's a beginning, it's a becoming because it forces you. Thank you, Gigi, for Ev. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Coranzon. Thank you so much for joining. But yeah, it causes you to focus on you guys, to focus on your needs. What's best for you? What do you want? And because a lot of time we can get caught up in what our family, friends, children, and others want. Hello, Gigi. What our friends and others want. But this phase in life forces you to focus on you. So today I wanted to come here to share my journal with you. It's called Empower Reflection. This is a menopausal journal for women because I didn't want you to be caught off guard regarding this. Because like I said before, the only thing I knew was familiar about menopause is the hot flashing. And I was like, if I'm hot, all I have to do is buy a fan. But guys, It is so much more than hot flashes. Menopause is so much more than hot flashes. So I encourage you um uh to take this journal. This journal has wellness tip, journal prompts, affirmation pages, and here you can see it has directions on how to use it. It has a welcome pages. It also have journal prompts, affirmations, just a safe space where you can write and reflect on your day. And it also has a symptom trackers here as well, or is available for you. That's why I said it's worth so much more. But I wanted people. I know the economy is not so good. It's also have a daily self check care list here as well, and it's research based information. Here I conducted research. It has questions and answer pages as well here for you for your information. It's just a safe space. It has a place where you can put your notes here as well, self-reflection and self-awareness pages as well. Because a lot of time you'll find out too, a lot of time we go through life and we invest in our family, we invest in our friends, we invest in our children, and sometimes we leave ourselves on the back burner. But menopause causes you to focus on you and what your needs are. It causes you to pay attention. It does, but you can think that your life is falling apart at the moment, but it really not. It actually is not falling apart. It's a becoming. It's a becoming. Thank you, Anita, for joining. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Gigi, for staying in the room. Thank you so much for coming in, you guys. But yes, I wanted to write this, and this journal is available on Amazon under Miss LaShawn. Miss LaShawn, Empowered Reflection. This is a menopause journal for women. Like I said, I marked it really, really low. It's only $5.99, you guys. This is only $5.99. I marked it down because I wanted many women as possible to have access to this. Would make a great Christmas gift for somebody. You may, your loved one, a friend, a co-worker, to share it with y'all. It's only $6. Give or take, it's only $6, you guys. And it's on Amazon. And I have another, I have an ebook called Letters to My Sister. And that book actually talks about your menopause journal, about what you may be feeling. It's just a talk sister to sister. Because when I began going through this phase, I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything to go on, to focus on, nothing to guide me or lead me into this phase. Thank you, Anita, for joining. Thank you, Josh. If you know a friend, a coworker, or somebody who you love that may be encountering, going through perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause, this will make a great Christmas gift. And it's very inexpensive. It's only $5.99 on Amazon, you guys. Only $5.99 on Amazon. It's on the Miss LaShawn Empowered Reflection, a menopause journal for women, you guys. And it's just a safe space to write and to reflect. Because a lot of times we don't like to share our thoughts and emotions with others. But this is the way that you can write what you're thinking. You can track your symptoms, understand your emotional shifts. You can feel seen, supported, and understood. Thank you, Brandon, for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Solid, for joining. Thank you, Annika, for joining. Thank you all for joining. This is the journal I was sharing today to all my sisters out there, both far and near, to share with someone you love, or you can purchase for yourself. Thank you, Prince, for the gift. I appreciate it. Yes, this is a journal of reflection so you can feel supported. It has symptom trackers on it, and I encourage you all to share this out, tap the stream, to do all things needed to support each other in our growth. We can support each other in growing on this app. I'm sure that's the goal we all have here, growth in some shape, form. But mine is advocacy, to advocate for women who are going through this phase in life. And I provide supported material to support them on their journey through menopause. And there's, like I said, there are 3 different phases of menopause. You have perimenopause, you have menopause, and you have postmenopause. And like I said in the beginning, there are many signs and symptoms. There's you go through phases of depression, anxiety, mood swings, joint pains, menstrual irregularity. You go through. You may experience some degree of osteoporosis. Some. I mean, it's just so many symptoms of vaginal dryness, weight gain, thinning hair, low libido. Thank you, Martha, for joining. Thank you, Lorena, for joining as well. But yes, this book is available on Amazon. It's on Amazon. And Amazon is a safe place, so you don't have to worry about any scammers or anything like that. People scanning you out of your money, especially now during the holidays. So this book now is available now only for I marked it down for only, it's worth so much more, but I marked it down. Thank you, Ron, for joining. Thank you, Ari, for joining. Thank you, Kia, for joining. Thank you, Lorena, Martha. Thank you, Smiley, for joining. Thank you, Memo, for joining as well. But yes, I marked it down to $5.99, only around $6. So every woman could have access to it, and this will make a great Christmas gift for a family member or friend who's encountering this journey. Because they may not even know that they're even going through menopause, because it's nothing like this is your day. It just comes like all of a sudden you start having these menstrual irregularity, experiencing mood swings. You're so easy to get irritated. I mean, your libido just goes out the window. But I'm here to tell you that you are not alone. A lot of women experience these signs and symptoms, and they don't know what to do. They don't, and like I did when I first started experiencing the brain fog. I didn't know what they were. I thought maybe I was going through. Thank you, Belle, for joining. Thank you, Gerber, for joining. Thank you, Andrew, for joining. Thank you, Kenya, for joining. Thank you, Lorena and Martha. Thank you all for coming in. Like I was when I began to experience the brain fog and the memory lapses. I actually thought I was maybe encountering some degree of Alzheimer's or dementia, because I was forgetting things. I mean, and I didn't feel like myself. My body, it was just off. I just felt off. And it was like I didn't actually know who I was. And I would get so irritated quick. And that was not like me. Thank you, Tony, for joining us. Well, that was not like me at all, you guys, to get irritable. And I thank you all for coming here. And I want you ladies to get this. Get this. If you don't get it for yourself, get it for a woman that you love and you cherish. And this is just a small gift. It's only $5.99 on Amazon. It's posted on Amazon. It's called Empower Reflection, a Menopause Journal for Women. It's on Amazon. Thank you, Sammy, for joining as well. Thank you so much. But if you want to get this, thank you, Nina, girl, for joining. I appreciate you. But yes, this is a menopause journal for women who may not even know what they're going through. I mean, they just have so many signs and symptoms. Like I said, irregular period, mood swings, depression, irritability, joint pain, stomach issue, maybe constipation. Some people ISB, irritable bowel syndrome. It just so much you encounter when you're going through these phases: perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. It's a time where you need you need love and support. You need to be supported and loved and cared for. You really need TLC. Thank you, Mohammed, for joining. You really thank you, Big Jetta. My apologies, I mispronounced your name. Thank you, Sammy, as well, for joining. But yeah, this is a time to embrace you. And it forces you to focus on you. So you guys, if you have someone, a loved one, even yourself, you need a space where you can just sit and feel supported and reflect on your journey. To embrace you and find, because we are finding out a lot of times we don't even know who we are. I mean, we go through life and do all the right things. We'll go to work, care for our children, care for our spouses and things, and still not even know who you are. But you guys, this will cause you to self-reflect on who you are, what your needs are, what's best for you. And it's not being selfish. It's not being selfish. It's not. But y'all, you guys, I promise you, it's a becoming. It's a becoming. It's a becoming, you guys. And I didn't have anything to focus or to relate to when I was going through this phase, because for one thing, I didn't even realize that I was going through it till I began to do my research. And that's how I learned the hard way. But I don't want you to learn the hard way. I want you to learn the easy way. And also, you'll know the first part of taking care of our health, guess what? Is our second brain, right? Our second brain. Who knows what the second brain is called? Can anybody write in the chat, what is our second brain? What is considered in our body our second brain? Thank you, his most sincere, Serene. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Lovely City, for joining. Thank you, Bree. What's considered our second brain? No one knows, what I'll share with you. Your second brain, your gut, is considered your second brain. Everything resonates from your mood strength, your moods, your energy, your body overall health. Everything resonates from your gut. That's why it's considered your second brain. I also have on Amazon an ebook called How to Keep your gut naturally healthy as well. Because you'll learn as you're going through this phase called menopause. That's what you want to begin with. And because you want to reach this stage, what you call clarity, you're able to think properly, and cleaning your gut, having your gut reset. Dr. Tobias has a what you call, here on my showcase, Dr. Tobias have a 14-day cleanse that will reset your gut. And then the next thing you want to focus on, on your mind, your thoughts. You want to self-reflect. You want to find out who you really are, if you don't know already. And that's what this journal helps you do. It helps you to self-reflect. It helps you to determine who you are as a person and what your needs. Thank you, Tahil, my apologies, I mispronounced. Thank you, John, for joining. Thank you, Tanya, for joining as well. I appreciate you guys coming on here today, because you could have entered any room today. But yes, I'm talking about menopause today, and I'm offering a journal. This is posted on Amazon, and it's only $5.99, you guys. Only $5.99. I dropped the price. I dropped the price for my sister because I wanted everybody to have access to this. It's only $6. If you know a family member or a friend, they may not even know what they're even going through. They're like, I don't feel myself. It's like I don't know who I am. I'm forgetting things. I can't remember things. Y'all, they may be going through menopause. Remember, there's 3 phases of menopause. There's perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. And this is just a journal that has symptom tracker, self-reflection, self-awareness pages, daily affirmations, things that really causes you to focus on who you are, what your needs are, and how to care for you. So, does anybody have any questions or comments for me? Does anybody have any questions or comments for me? Anyone have any questions or comments for me? But you guys, and if you forget, the link is also the link is posted on my TikTok video. You'll see You'll see this journal along with the link for Amazon, but it's on Amazon. If you look up Miss LaShawn and in Power Reflections, it will come up on Amazon, and it's only for $5.99. I dropped the price. It's worth so much more. I dropped the price because I wanted many people as possible to have access to this journal. And you guys, if you don't have any questions for me, I thank you so much. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you for John. Thank you to Holland. Thank you, Begita. Thank you, Queezy. Thank you all for coming in today. I appreciate your support. But if you have someone, a loved one or a friend who may need this, that you really, really care for, or you need it yourself, I encourage you to get it. And if you don't have any questions or concerns, I'm going to tap off now, and you all have a great day. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.